Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. My name is Josh, and boy, do we have some good news for you today. Tennessee, your favorite and my favorite country town, or state, has decided to ban children under the age of 14 from being in content that is paid. This is humongous news, and there are literally dozens of family vloggers that are about to be affected by this, and we're gonna laugh. I should have brought a cake. Let's talk about it. Tennessee just passed a bill, or it's about to be signed, I hope, by Tennessee's state governor. Is it the governor who signs the bills? I don't know. It's not the senator. It's the governor, right? Governor's like the president of the state, right? We don't have that here. We have, what do we have? Premiers. And they're all a bunch of dickholes. Except for Alberta, they got a good one. We have premiers, which are our governors. Anyway, all that to say, I got a little paragraph here. So the simple breakdown of Tennessee's new child influencer bill that just passed, starting July 1st, 2026. That doesn't give these influencers a lot of time to move, sell their house. And it's already started, by the way. This is so exciting. If you make money from social media, you will not be allowed to feature your kids who are 13 and under in any paid or sponsored content whatsoever. No ads, no brand deals, no creator funds, nothing. It's a straight up ban for little kids. For teens aged 14 to 17, you can still include them, but you'll have to put a portion of their earnings into a trust fund that they can get full control of when they turn 18. The law only applies to bigger accounts that are making real money and featuring their kids a lot. The goal is to protect children from being exploited for views and to make sure that kids actually benefit from the money they help create. I'm moving to Tennessee. I've decided. You got my vote. I'm moving to Tennessee someday. Hell yeah. Isn't there like giant arc there? Anyway, damn, isn't this amazing news? And just so you guys are aware, it was a Republican-led bill, and I know a lot of you liberals are going to hate that, but damn, you got to give credit where credit is due. It's a Republican-led bill that's protecting kids. Yeah, you think this would be a more Democratic side of the party. Like, they're very much open to everybody and trying to protect people, but Democrats don't like these types of bills, which is weird because Democrats want more government. Am I right about that? Or am I wrong? It's conservatives who want less government, Democrats who want more government and pay more people and UBI and all that shit. Anyway, awesome. So the Senate was a 29 yes, 2 no, 2 present, not voting, right? So overwhelmingly passed in the Senate. Mostly bipartisan. Only 2 Democrats voted no. Senator London Lamar and Senator Charlene Oliver. Check who they follow on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And in the House, which is 92 yes, 0 no, 1 present. Completely unanimous. Fully bipartisan. No one voted against it. This is giving me hope in this world of like World War III and the politics are so divisive across the board. One thing that we're not being divisive on, guys, and I'm so happy this is the thing, and it should be the thing we're not divisive on, is protecting kids from being exploited. This is amazing news, and everybody who voted yes on that should get a party hat and a slice of the cake I'm going to buy for this. This is amazing news. Don't overlook this. No opposition to the chamber. It's now on Governor Bill Lee's desk, waiting to be signed, expected to be signed soon, and will take effect July 1st. I got to read more because this is so juicy and beautiful. So it's Senate Bill 1469, often called the Child Influencer or Family Vlogger Bill. And don't get it twisted. These family vloggers, and I'm gonna list as many as I can find who live in Tennessee right now, including the LaBrants who just moved there with their $5 million mansion that they already listed, by the way. This is so amazing. Okay, but this is the first state, and it's going to be many states who do it. This is the best part. As states pick up on this, because they're seeing that the voters like it. They're seeing it's unanimously passing. It's a good, solid bill that you can get behind. You can say we did something for kids. It's great. Okay, it's going to be in Arizona. It's going to be in California. I don't know if it's ever going to be in Utah, but you're going to try. Imagine this happened in Utah. Holy shit, Florida. Imagine. Okay, I think it's going to come to Florida next. This is what I think is going to happen. And you're going to see all these family vloggers have to start bumping around and moving around as the states make these laws. And this is crazy. They'll do it. They're not going to stick around a state that's not going to let them make money off their kids. There are literally laws, now a legitimate law put in place, not just like a California law or an Illinois law where you have to pay your kids and there's like a million loopholes to get out of it, all this kind of shit, like 30% this, you got to give them 5%, all that bullshit with no teeth. This is teeth. You cannot put your kids in content even if you pay them if they are under the age of 13. Okay, you can't even be like, well, I'm paying them. You can't do it. Not allowed. And for every time you mess up, it's a $2,000 fine. And so I don't know if that means they have to take down the content they've already created, but they can't create any going forward. And so you're going to see a mass exodus of influencers from Tennessee. And then when other states take it, they're going to be moving. And again, they will move their children out of their lives who have lives in these places because they cannot exploit them. That's how selfish these assholes are. This is amazing. Including Cecily Bouchman and her stupid her stupid sister-in-law Ears McGee over there, Samantha. They just moved there. All right, sorry, I gotta continue. It's not an outright ban for ever showing your kids in any paid sponsorship content. Instead, it's treating heavy use of kids in monetized social media like child labor and adding protections. Here's the key parts. Kids under 14, they cannot appear in any online videos or content that make money. Right? So if you're an influencer and your channel makes money, you have a TikTok, you have a YouTube channel, you have anything, and if you're making, it doesn't even matter if they're not in the paid content. If your channel alone, if your social media alone makes money, kids can't appear in it. This is amazing. I would love to kiss all of these politicians on the mouth if I didn't get arrested. They deserve it. They deserve a kiss on the mouth. Okay? If an adult parent creator breaks this, they can get fined up to $2,000 per violation. You love to see this. Kids age 14 to 17 can be in monetized content or even create their own, but any earnings tied to their appearance must go to a trust fund that can only access when they turn 18. The kids also get rights as an adult to demand that old videos featuring them be taken down permanently. This is a big part of this bill, even if it doesn't address, like, they're not making them take down the stuff they've already put up, right? And I wish they would. But this allows children to sue their parents to take shit down off the internet. This is such a good thing. You know, social media hates this law, by the way. But this is an amazing part of this law that you're allowed to now tell your parents, take it down. Because they won't. Some of them will not do it. They don't give a shit about you. But now you're able to sue your family for that. Now, 14 to 17-year-old, I'm not as worried about 14 to 17-year-olds being put in videos. I mean, I'm worried if they grew up on the internet and they were literally forced to child labor up until that point. But if a 14 to 17-year-old wants to make content, I mean, as long as it's not stupid, it is what it is. Mine isn't going to, but I mean, it's better than the children that are being exploited. A 14 to 17-year-old has a little bit more understanding of what the internet is. You can have full conversations with them about it. Their brain is obviously not fully developed, but you can have better conversations with them about the outcome of the internet. And if you say the outcome could be you turning into an Alex Doherty, you could give them that. You know, you'd be like, look, whatever you say on here can be held against you in a court of public opinion in the future, just so you're aware. So you can have conversations with older kids. Okay, so if you've never done content with your children and they turn 14 and 17, you want to do some content, I'm going to be less prone to snark on you. Do you know what I mean? So for parents and family vloggers, if your account meets these thresholds, you have put a portion of the earnings in trust for children. The child appears in at least 30, it's the same as California, at least 30% of your monetized content over any 30-day period. You earn at least $15,000 per year from content, which these people sometimes make $15,000 per week. Some of these people, like the LaBrants at their peak, were pulling in hundreds of thousands a week. Okay? The content earns at least 10 cents per view or meets platform's monetization rules. The amount put in the trust is proportional to how much child is actually in the videos. Tracked by minutes or footage, parents have to keep detailed records. So they're not going to do that either. This is so great. This is so great. How many families will this affect? There's no official public count on exactly how many family vloggers are in Tennessee because there's not a registered industry, but the realistic picture. Tennessee, especially the Nashville, Lebanon, Franklin area, has become a major hub for family vloggers and mom influencers who feature their kids heavily. A lot of big name ones relocated here from California to avoid taxes, early regulations, which we're going to look at. I got a whole list. It's so big. And some people I've never even heard of. I'm so excited about this. The law only kicks in for professional level creators who hit 15K earnings and 30% kid feature thresholds. Now, that's great. There are some people who don't show their kids as much, and it's like, it is what it is. I wish they wouldn't, but they're not the problem. The problem is, like, if Crazy Pieces, if Doherty doesn't, if, Crazy Middles, if the Weiss Life, if the LaBrants, who we're talking about, all the people we talk about in here, none of them would be able to do this in Tennessee. Jess fam, they'd be screwed. They'd be totally screwed. And it's so good. I can't wait till this passes in California. I don't know if it ever will because California is very democratic. But, if they see this bill and they see the win, they might start doing it in their own states, which would just be, I'm going to have to buy cakes all the time. It will hit dozens to low hundreds of full-time or semi-full-time family vlogging families. The hardest, especially the bigger YouTube, TikTok channels that rely on daily kid content for sponsorships and ad revenue. The very big ones like the LaBrants fam or similar scale creators will definitely be impacted and will need to either stop featuring their kids under 14, and all their kids are under 14. I think Everly might be 13 now. Pivot to non-monetized or kid-free content, which none of them will because nobody wants to watch their asses because they suck and they're not funny and nobody watches them for that, and they've tried and they don't get any followers. This is so great. Or set up the required trust and bookkeeping for kids over the age of 14, obviously. You cannot feature. There is no loophole to feature children under the age of 13 here. Nothing you can do. And man, will I be mass reporting. If any of these content creators as of July 1st are posting shit from Tennessee, we're all together, and I hope you're with me on this, we'll go mass report this. I want to see fines galore. I want to see them pay for their shittiness, okay? Why is this happening now? Lawmakers say it's about protecting kids from exploitation. Again, I'm surprised the law caught up this fast. Even though it's 10 years too late, it's still faster than I thought. Making sure the money their image earns actually benefits them later in life, not just the parents. It's part of a growing national push after some high-profile family influencer controversies. Thank you, Mike Stoffer. Thank you, Ruby Frankie. Thank you, a bunch of these creators whose kids are speaking out. This is amazing news, guys. This is amazing news. And I want to encourage those kids who are speaking out, like Sherry LaBrants, like Chad, or Sherry, not Sherry LaBrants, Sherry Frankie and Chad Frankie, and all these kids who are speaking. There's another kid from another family who I've been speaking with. He kind of ghosted me. I wish he'd reach out to me. I'm going to reach out to him because these are the stories that matter. These are what's changing the law. You kids who are speaking out when you age out of the system, the lawmakers are listening. They're hearing what you've gone through and they're seeing it and they want to protect you. So thank you for doing this. Thank you so much for doing this. It's not me, it's you. It's so great that these kids are speaking out and they have a voice and they're empowered. It makes me feel it's all squishy inside. Bottom line, if you're a Tennessee family vlogger who makes real money featuring your young kids, you'll probably need to change how you create content, and that's not what they're going to do. They're just going to move. A lot of these families are already talking about it online. As of now, April 2026, a very few major Tennessee brand vloggers have publicly posted or made videos directly addressing the specific new bill. The bill passed. The LaBrants fam, Cole and Serena, they are most talked about in relation to these laws, mostly because of the early California law. Here's the thing about the LaBrants. They moved from California because California passed a law that had to pay their kids. They moved to Tennessee to a $5.5 million mansion, and now they can't do it. Not like they do it as much anymore, I don't think. I haven't seen their content in a little while. So here's Savannah LaBrants. Oh, no, she absolutely does. It's every day. It's every day. She's not going to be able to post. Look at every single video. It's her and her kids. Every day. Okay, this was 5 days ago. So, and she's another year before she's 14, which then they can. And I'm sure they do pay her. I'm not saying that they don't. Is she 14? No, she's 13. So they got another year. So again, they can make, she's their moneymaker, has always been their moneymaker. Their other kids aren't really their moneymaker, but they sort of still are. They have another year. I'm pretty sure that LaBrants family already listed their home. So, and all those snark threads are listing the law right now. Everybody's having a big party. We're all celebrating when we need noisemakers and pointy hats and shit. So it sounds like the snark thread says they are moving. So it is. House going up for sale, $5.4 million. Coming soon. They're listing. They're moving. Now, they're probably going to move to Florida. They're not moving back to California because the California law exists. The Florida law is going to put a law in place too. So the bedroom matches their personality. $5 million house and you have a fabric bin. So people weren't really talking about why they're moving, but the LaBrants have already apparently pre-listing their house for sale for $5.4 million. They're going to lose $100,000 on this home. And in this market that we're in right now, it's going to take a long time to sell a house for $5.4 million. The buyer's market for that is tiny, right? And the market right now is not a seller's market, it's a buyer's market, which it just warms the cold dead cockles of my heart. This is amazing. They have not made a direct statement though about it. Cecily Bouchman has addressed similar child influencer laws in the past when she moved from California, saying she supports fair treatment for kids, but no direct video. We covered that video in Cecily Bouchman, and we're gonna look at her shit in a second here. She did that video. She's like, no, good for kids, and then she moved away so she wouldn't have to pay her children. And look at her content. Where is it? This is the kind of rich I want my kids to grow up in. Now, watch this video.
Of living here.
And it's a beautiful property, don't get me wrong, like it's just gorgeous. And they moved here because she's a social media influencer, not because her husband, I think her husband's a pastor or wannabe pastor, and he's not very good at that anyway. But so she just made this video and is going to take this away from her children. Like she's going to take this away from her children because she cannot use her children content anymore. She's going to have to, I honestly believe that they're going to move. Probably going to have to move, new law coming in. That's what I wrote. So beautiful, Cecily. You've built this life you've built is amazing off the backs of your children, and now you can't do it anymore. Go yourself, Cecily Bouchman. And so I'm looking at her content. She only has 35,000 on YouTube. She's not very active on there, but TikTok and Instagram, she's pretty big. I did reach out to her, and she's hands down, you have the worst style I've ever seen on anyone. I understand why she's not going to respond to me, but I did ask, hey, Cecily, will you guys be moving because of the new law coming in, okay? She has millions of followers across multiple platforms and uses her kids in a lot of her content, okay? I saw an inkling on the Snarked that she started blocking her kids, but I can see her kids in all of her content. She's not going to be able to do it anymore. Like, she'll have to pivot away from it, and then here's the thing that's so good about all this, and bad, by the way. But a lot of family vloggers who switch their content from their children, they lose their platforms. They just, and Dr. Desmond's a perfect example of this. She started using her kids less and less and becoming more of a shopping channel, and then fully outright admitted that when she puts her kids in the content now, it gets almost no views and it gets yellow check marked every single time. Because she pivoted away from the kids and then tried to bring them back. And then she went from having 400,000 views per video to now getting 4,000 views per video. So the beautiful thing about this is that when these douchebags have to take their kids to the content, and they can't appear in the content. You can't just put an emoji over their face. That ain't gonna fly. I don't think it's gonna fly. I hope it doesn't. But, you know, even if they do that, they will lose tons of their followers, because the reasons a lot of these people follow these people is because of the kids in the family, which is creepy. That's the bad thing about it. But the good thing is they're going to lose a lot of followers. People are not going to really want to watch them anymore. And it's just, I feel like it's my birthday. Yeah, this is my present. Brittany Xavier, same situation. She addressed the California law rumors when she moved, calling accusations laughable, but nothing public on this Tennessee bill yet. And this is, I never knew who she was, but this is Brittany Xavier right here. After a lifetime in California, we moved to Tennessee, moving vlog. This was literally a year ago. So they moved a year ago from a lifetime in California to escape the laws where you had to pay your kids. Here's the direct link to Brittany Xavier talking about the California law.
It has been a wild week on TikTok. We started planning our move last summer, and I talk about it more in a podcast episode. The original plan was to move in June 2025, once Jaden graduates high school in May. But they found mold in our rental house that we were in at the end of January, and so we had to move sooner. With the LA fires, rental inventory was already low, and there was none in Pasadena that worked for our family. Moving twice in 3 months didn't make sense, so we moved up our timeline to Tennessee sooner. When we first started looking at...
F them kids, basically. Who cares if my kids have all the roots here and have all their friends here? I would have loved to see that conversation with that daughter, who's a teenager, leaving her final year of high school with all of her friends behind, just so her parents could exploit the other kids online. I would have loved to have been a fly on that wall. That girl probably hates this bitch, and she should.
We wanted to move. We originally thought about Texas, and we decided it was too hot for us.
Well, you might be moving to Texas now until the law passes there.
We wanted 4 seasons. We ultimately decided on Tennessee.
Is there 4 seasons in Tennessee? Is there 4 seasons there?
Tennessee, because we wanted land. We want a slower pace of life. We have friends here.
We want to exploit our children without having penalties for doing so. Why don't you say the truth? Just say the truth, Brittany. Give us the truth. That's not what you were looking for. You were being told you had to pay your children and you didn't want to. That's literally it. Because you're a selfish twat.
And it's a really good sense of community. We have an amazing climate for farming, which is what we ultimately want to do.
You're gonna farm, are you? Is that what you're gonna do in Tennessee? You're gonna farm? People are so dumb. You know how hard farming is? You look like you can't even lift a dumbbell, a 10-pound dumbbell. You're gonna farm? Is that what you're gonna do? Off.
Growing our own food and having our kids in nature as much as possible. I've been a full-time content creator since 2015. My income doesn't depend on if my kids are in my videos or not.
Yeah, it does. And we're going to find out real soon if it does. Because yes, it does.
But we've always made sure to set them up financially regardless.
So why, if it doesn't hinge on your kids being in it, why would you not err on the side of caution and just don't put them in the content? Why put them in the content? We've had this conversation for years since Micah Stauffer. And yeah, you're just like, well, you know, we don't have to have, but we're going to do it anyway because f*** them kids.
YouTube video on my channel from 2021 where I talk about how Jaden gets paid anytime she's in my content. It's called How My Gen Z Daughter Makes and Manages Her Money. All of our kids have a Roth IRA, a 529 plan for education, a trust fund that they get when they're 25, and their inheritance. And this idea that we left Jaden behind, she made that choice. She was actually really...
Oh, they left her teenager, their 17-year-old in California? You left a 17-year-old in California. So are you kidding me right now? Oh my gosh!
Decided to live with her friend for the last couple months. The current plan is for her to move here over the summer. But just like Anthony's parents, who moved from California to Texas when he was 18, he lived with his friend, and he said his parents never put the pressure on him to actually move there.
Imagine leaving one of your children behind so you can go exploit your kids legally in another state. The selfishness is off of the fucking charts with this lady. I don't even know who she is. Holy shit balls. Brittany, you are a disgusting dirt. You stink pickle. You just... icky wrinkle. Ew! You're yucky!
Every time he visited Texas, he didn't feel like it was home, and so we're taking that same approach with Jaden. If she comes out and loves it, obviously I'm hoping that she wants to move here, but I'm not putting any pressure on her.
So you're just gonna, like, buy 18-year-old, go make it on your own. We have to exploit your other siblings to make money. You're such a liar. And obviously don't give a shit about your kids. That's crazy talk.
I have to choose what's best for her. She's coming to visit next weekend, and I'm currently in the process of getting her room set up, so she always has...
Oh my gosh!
She wants to come.
You put this on a video?
The assumption that we moved to avoid paying our children is so laughable.
Is it laughable? Yeah. Is it? Well, I guess we'll find out. I mean, she's going to stay in Tennessee. She won't be able to put her kids in the content anymore. I guess we'll find out, won't we?
Considering how many times we talked about financial planning and investing in not only our goals, but our children's future.
Is she a lesbian?
Sure. At the end of the day, people are always going to believe what they want.
Is she the lesbian one? I think I have talked about her before.
If you've been following us for any amount of time, you know how transparent we've been about our finances, this move.
You're lying. You're just straight up lying. Again, and we're going to find out soon.
How we raise our children. It has been a wild...
I need to see the comments on this shit. Abandoning your teenager on the other side of the country is crazy. I don't care what you say. Good comment. 41,000 likes. Her friend's parents are not legally responsible for her, so no. I didn't say they were, but obviously they let her live with them, so they are responsible for her. As a parent, that's what you do. She literally follows Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens on Instagram. She's obviously a Trumpy. Honestly, so disappointing. I mean, who cares? Who gives a shit? Don't be so stupid. Although Candace Owens is a weirdo, who cares who they follow? You know, people who do this, like, oh man, you can't. You gotta hear yourself. You gotta hear yourself. You gotta hear yourself. You're so stupid. She made that choice to finish high school. Yeah, exactly. They found mold means they passed laws we don't like. In 20 years, your kids are going to go no contact. 20 years, less than that. Erewhon obsessed to mega pipeline is strong. She made that choice. You gave her no choice. Of course she wants to finish high school with her friends. What teenager would choose to change schools mid-year, especially in the 12th grade, and graduate with a stranger? Exactly. You didn't give her a choice at all. The choice she had to make was stay with her friends. Why the hell was it even a choice in the first place? You're the parent. Shouldn't have been an option for discussion. You should have hopped on Airbnb immediately. Like, seriously. Like, glad she's getting called out for this. You regret voting for Biden? Well, a lot of us regret supporting and following you all these years if we knew... Oh, my gosh. Politics. Imagine leaving your child in her senior year. Exactly. And, like, imagine this. You say I abandoned my eldest child so casually. Oh, I love the comments here. Gonna miss Poppy content now, but can't support her parents. I don't know who Poppy is. That the daughter? We know you're avoiding laws that would make you pay your kids fairly. Repulsive behavior. Okay, so it's definitely, we're all caught. She has 5 million followers, by the way. Holy shitballs. So as we follow the ones that we're finding out who are major family influencers, Brittany Xavier, I never even heard of her till now. Total douche. Obviously abandoned their oldest daughter. And it sounds like this guy isn't her dad. Sounds like it's probably, probably a little bit of a dirt, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, all that to say, completely exploitative. She's and looks like a raw potato salad, or an egg. Egg? And so, Brittany Xavier, people, let's make a list. Let's keep track. Let's see where content goes. I know you guys are going to keep me informed because you're really good at that, and I love you for it. So follow Brittany Xavier. No, don't follow her. Like, don't hit follow. But, like, let me know when she makes content about the new law because I am in for it. Because if she does make that move, it means she was a damned liar about California. So let's take a look. I got this list here. Now, I don't know if this is true. It's called from FeedSpot. And it is Nashville mom influencers. Holly Woodward, girl bio, girl mama in white, girl mama, hashtag sharing daily outfits. Instagram handle Holly Weird. Holly Weird? How many influencers? Oh, 1.2 million followers. Sharing daily outfits. I don't know if she uses her children. Yeah, a little bit. Nothing crazy. Yeah, a little bit. So yeah, she's got 1.2 million. Again, I wouldn't consider her a family vlogger, but she does use her kids in a lot of content. She looks like your average thirst trap mom with fake nose, fake teeth, fake tits, fake ass, fake everything. Obviously, fake lips. I'm so tired of this shit. It's just get a new thing. Here is Hunter Primo. Again, keep track of these. 456,000 followers. Fashion, motherhood, everyday life. Nashville. Cameron Primo. Does she show her kids a lot? Yeah, she looks like they all look the same, man. Look at me in my brown bikini. Here's my brown outfit. Here's another brown. My kids can't have any toys that have color in them. And I'll message her as well. So let's keep an eye on Hunter Primo. Okay, who's Natasha Carol Stone King? She looks like she was 60, so I don't know if she has kids. Probably won't follow. Doesn't need to follow us. Also, wife, mom, lifestyle lover of something. 193,000. She looks about 60. Yeah, she's got older kids. So this kid looks like she might be under 12. So I don't know if she'll be following these. I mean, it doesn't look like her kid's in a ton of her content, but a little bit dance in here. I mean, she started late in life. Let's be real with the children. It looks like she looks like Mother Gothel. But I'll ask her. Let's keep an eye on these people. All right. I see how many people blocked me by the end of the video. Here's McKenna Lautner Moore. McKenna Lautner. Let's see here. She has 148,000 followers. Yeah. Pregnant as right now. Exploitative. Same as everybody else. Same shit. Different pile. Breastfeeding. Breast pumps. Everything. Fetishized content instantly. They're all the same. And I'll ask her the same question. Let's see, because I want to make sure we're documenting in this channel, in this video right now, all of the ones we can find so we can keep track of where they're going. All right, Sammy Ray. So Sammy Ray, Nashville lifestyle blogger. Yeah, got her kids in there. They all go to church too, eh? They're all like, she looks like Mandy Moore a little bit. No, not anymore. Oh, yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Oh, is she an actor? I chased acting roles. She used to be an actor. Okay, cool. Now she's a family vlogger. Probably makes way more money being a family vlogger. But I'll ask her. I'll ask her too. She looks not natural though, because I want to give her a shout out for looking natural. Doesn't look like a big lipped anus face. I like it. Rosie Max-Himmer, 100,000 followers, full-time mama. Yeah, full-time mama. Got the Easter Bunny in there. Got her ugly husband in there. Yeah. Lifestyle vlogger. I'll message her too. This is awesome. Guys, this is so fun for me. This is what I live for. This type of news, this type of shit right here is what I live for, because I've been fighting for this for years. And Tennessee is just, you have my heart, Tennessee. I'm coming to Tennessee. Next visit, I'm coming to Tennessee. I don't care what is out there. I've been there once for like a worship conference. It was great. It's like this church that was really good. I forget the name of it. Man, the worship team was freaking boom. They were so good. They sing Yes and Amen. I forget the name of the band, but damn, good song. So I didn't stay in Nashville, just stayed at the church for like one day and then left. Anyway, it was really good. Jasmine Sweet, who's this? The Sweet Spot Nashville. Yep, kids everywhere. Love to see it. Oh man, so great. Let's message her. Kellyanne Schwartz. May the Schwartz be with you. Helping moms make magical memories. Is it Disney? She looks like a Disney adult-ish. She has the same damn face in every video. I'll message her just because she's a small influencer, and sometimes they see my little check mark and they respond. Okay, like there's a bunch. Courtney Prince Kinchin. 46,000 followers, tons of kids. Not tons, sorry, I lied. A bunch, not tons. Content's kind of boring. They're all the same, man. It's crazy. So that's just the one I found on that list from the top list here. There's also, this is bashing the Bauchmans, and this is the one, so child labor laws from Local 3 News. Tennessee lawmakers passed a bill banning children under 14. So apparently they say the real reason she's covering her children's faces, but I didn't see that. I didn't see her covering children's faces at all. And I also don't think you can get around that, and I guess they'll try to fight that in court, right? So what's going to happen is a bunch of influencers are going to try to get around this law by using loopholes. They're going to get the fines, and then they're going to have to sue the government, and then it's going to have to like make a choice. Like they're going to have to take it to a Supreme Court or Supreme Court of their state to make a law on this, right? To say, no, you can't even have their arm in there. You can't have their voice, their likeness. They can't be in the video. It can't be about the kids. Because there are going to be loopholes that these dickholes are going to try to go through. They absolutely are going to try. Because you have to challenge these laws. You do. She's probably so pissed she can't exploit them anymore. This was a huge reason they moved from California to Tennessee, because of the laws they created about this exact thing. I bet she's fuming. This is, guys, I can't express to you how happy I am right now. Like, I cannot. Here's the same Brittany Xavier doing a vlog about why they're moving. About why they're moving from after a lifetime California, moved to Tennessee.
There's an avocado store here in Pasadena. I overnighted blood results. So we do this deep dive.
Shut up. You're moving because you don't want to pay your children. This is so great. So great right now. No comments recently about it. Here's Brittany Xavier again. And then here's Brittany Xavier's Instagram, 1.5 million followers. Damn. Your lesbian husband looks like Justin Trudeau. Your husband looks like Justin Trudeau, you loser. I guess it makes sense. She's trying to look like Katy Perry. Samantha Bouchman also going to have to leave Tennessee because she exploits her children too. Now, again, this isn't just people who have kids in passing. You can't have your kids in any of your content. So this one's called The Kelly Family. Okay, remind me to never let, I don't know who these people are, but basically they show their children in their content. This is their TikTok, 5.6 million followers. Holy shit balls. That is a lot of people that follow these people, and their content is probably garbage. 362,000 followers, all kids content, dance, you name it, they're all the same assholes. I love this. I'm gonna message them. Boom. Love it. Following them now. Not following them, but I'm gonna keep an eye on these peeps. You know what I'm saying? So they are just complete child exploiters, 100%. I wonder if anybody's commenting on the new law. Well, I mean, the law hasn't been passed yet. So there's this one too that I spoke about a little while ago named Jacqueline Glenn. I think I've had her in a video where she said she was never going to exploit their child and then absolutely exploited her child. And how many followers? They have 299,000. So she wasn't not a child exploiter, but then she became one. And then she became, I guess, a more political standing thing. She's not really a child exploiter, but a little bit here and there. But I did message her. Here's another list of influencers that moved from California to Tennessee. There was Bobby Mares. Let's see if we can find that channel. It's Bobby Mares looks like he's in an emo band. I mean, I don't really see a lot of kids in his content, but moved from California to Tennessee. Is he an emo? Was he in an emo band? Is this correct? What's going on here? Anyway, I'm sorry if you don't exploit your children. You don't deserve my snark, but I don't see their kids in this content, so I don't see any problem here. All right, who else we got? Brittany Xavier, we got that. Heath and Mariah, likely probably already blocked me. 723, yeah, they blocked me. I don't even know these people and they blocked me. How'd you block me for? I don't even know you. LaBrants, Cecily Bouchman, that's all I know of. And a lot of people were saying Alex Warren, Tabitha Swatosh, Michael Sanzone. No, I just want the ones that are family vloggers. Along with the tax benefits they may get, it's also Trump central here, so birds of a feather flock together. Just because you move to Tennessee doesn't mean you're a Trump supporter. It's crazy that where you move determines if someone's going to like you. So the influencer wave since COVID has basically been New York City to LA, Austin, Texas, Tennessee, and Florida. A lot of them moved to Florida. Gabe and Jess Conti, I think I've heard of them. Jess and Gabriel, did they block me too? Stop blocking me, you damn cowards. Like preemptively block me? That's crazy. I don't even know you. 2 million followers. Oh no, she did. Did they do the podcast where they talked about the marriage thing? Saving themselves from marriage? I mean, they have the kid in a little bit of the content, but interesting. Here's the LaBrant thing out for sale. House. Look at that shower. Holy shit balls. This is so great. Here's about the LaBrants. They make a lot of money exploiting their children on the internet, and it's like so much money. They've also had a bunch of failed business ventures that they tried to pivot to. You got to give them credit. They tried to pivot away from it, and they can't. So, but the scariest thing is they tried to pivot away from it all, and because they can't, they just went back to child exploitation. Just getting her. Now they're going to get her pregnant again. I think, or is she pregnant again? But they're leaving Tennessee. These kids just got there like 2 years ago, and now you're uprooting them again because you can't exploit them on the internet. This is the craziest thing, guys. We should be celebrating, but at the same time, a lot of these kids are going to suffer through all this. This isn't nice. Here's on a Bringing Up Bates channel. Bringing Up Bates. Please talk about Bringing Up the Bates. Never heard of them, but Tennessee bill. This was 5 months ago. People were flagging this. Good. It should pass everywhere. It's already passed in Utah thanks to Sherry Frank. No. It's not passed anywhere else. This is the first state that this law has been passed where kids under the age of 13 cannot be shown in content. Like, even if you pay them, you can't show them. I wonder if any of them are already moving. except for the LaBrants that we know of.
There's a rumor going around TikTok that the reason...
This is High for Tessa, by the way. She's got a book coming out that's going to be really, really, really explosive against family vlogging. She's got a book coming out that we should all be reading. We should all be buying. We should be supporting this type of writing. Anyway, she's doing the type of journalist that we need to support. Okay, journalism that we need to support. So buy her book because she gets in the nitty gritty, and she gets people to admit some shit in her interviews that we should all be reading. So I'll definitely be reading it, or if there's an Audible, I'll Audible it. But this is when California was doing the law.
Influencers are moving to Tennessee from California is because there's a new law in California that requires that influencer kids are paid.
And it's so funny, the ones who specifically moved to Tennessee, and Tennessee passed a law that you even if you pay them, you can't show them. This is... Yes! I imagine there are influencers who are moving there for that reason. They wouldn't want to say that's the reason because why would you? It's such a terrible look. Of course, they're not going to tell you the truth. There's not a lot of people talking about it on TikTok. I'm surprised. I know this bill is just got past the Senate and the other thing, and so maybe that's why. But yeah, I mean, this is such amazing news. I'm so excited about this. I need to buy a cake and eat the entire cake. That's just all there is to it. I'm going to eat the cake. I'm so excited about this. So do me a favor, anyone's that I have not found here that you know of that you might follow or whatever, do me a favor. I know some of you do follow influencers, okay, that put their kids on here. I wish you didn't, but I understand that you do. Do me a favor though. If there are any that I missed, please leave them in the comments below. And also reach out to them yourself to ask the question. Now that the Tennessee bill is in place, what are you going to do about it? I need you to ask them, okay? I sent a bunch of messages out. Let's see if anybody answered while we're on video. Nope. All blue check marks. Nobody answered it. Not one of them answered. Obviously, they're not going to answer me because they don't want to be on record saying something. We're going to make a list, and you're going to leave a list below of people that I missed, that even small ones who do make their living online, because you can make a lot of money online even with a small following. I need to know every Tennessee influencer that uses their kids in their content. We're going to make a giant list. We're going to track them using AI. I'm going to get AI to program me. I'm not kidding. This is how easy AI is to use, okay? I'm going to get AI to program me a thing where I'm going to put all the names into the links of their channels. And I'm going to get them to monitor their channels every time they do an upload or a new video to see who's moving. That's how we're going to keep track of this. Or you can keep telling me in Instagram. And we're going to just be making fun of them and laughing at them. The same time crying with these kids who have to uproot their entire lives because the parents can't do anything but exploit them on the internet. Like, that's also a really sad part of this, that a lot of these kids' lives are about to be uprooted. That's not cool. So parents out there in Tennessee who love your children, and this is how you're going to prove you love your children. Stop showing them on the internet. Stop exploiting them for money online and giving their privacy away to the internet and AI and predators and parasocial relationships. Stop doing it. Because laws are literally being made. And if you can't see that, like that there are laws being made, why are laws being made against things? Right? Because that thing is bad. They have to make a law because that thing is bad. And now you're seeing that. So do me a favor, stay where you are in Tennessee, let your kids be normal, and just live a normal life. Stop being assholes. All right? This is like a huge benchmark moment on my channel. Like, I don't want to undersell it or oversell it, but like, this is a massive, massive deal. And I want to see if there are any other states considering this. Very few states are going as far as Tennessee with a near full ban. But again, seeing the success of this, those other lawmakers might be like, hey, there's a big win for us. Let's just do it. And again, I'm making that website that's going to allow us to contact the reps. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a trouble. If anybody knows out there how to make websites like this, the AI has helped me create it, but I have to figure out. Anyway, I know some of you are really smart or are married to someone who knows how to do this kind of shit. Reach out to me. I'm happy to pay someone for their time to code this thing specifically that I need done. Because then we can message those lawmakers in your state and say, hey, look, it's passed in Tennessee. This is a great thing. Can we figure out how to pass this here? And if enough people do it, those lawmakers will perk up and listen, right? But just Tennessee. Minnesota did one that prohibits children 13 under from participating or being featured in sponsored monetized content. So Minnesota did it. Okay, Tennessee, just Tennessee and Minnesota. Anyway, it's all good. Do we already take a breath? Let's do another one. Just for shits and giggles and celebration. Yes. Guys, let's celebrate with me. This is huge. You should all be happy. You should have big ass smiles on your face right now. Anyway, thanks for being here, guys. And let me just say this. I'm just going to get a little bit like heartfelt for a second. This is a huge benchmark. And the amount of following I have in this is all because of you. I don't have the voice that I have without you. Now, I'm not saying I did any of this. But I'm saying we're part of the voice. We have been part of the voice for the last 6 years on this topic, and it is being heard. When we started this conversation with Micah Stauffer, none of this shit existed. None of it did. The last 6 years since this has become a thing, it has exploded all over the internet, and we are a big part of that. Let's celebrate together. I'm nothing without you. And so thank you for being here. Thank you for listening and sharing these videos. It's all about you. Incredible, and thank you so much. Like, I thank you. You're amazing. And someone has a huge crush on you because you're some kind of something. And I'll see you next time.